Today we're in Key West, Florida.
This next pier we'll pass by is also another Old Navy pier, and you can tell by the exciting name, Pier B. Now Mallory Square, Pier A, Pier B, the Navy Mole, which is out ahead of us. These are all sites that were used by cruise ships when they were coming into Key West. And it's not uncommon to see all three in use on any given day. Before they were tied to the docks, we generally receive somewhere around 300 to 400 cruise ship landings each and every year here in the Key West Harbor. The last cruise ship we saw was March 18th. Not sure when we'll see one again. This large open basin at one time was the home of 2 squadrons of diesel-electric submarines and larger drafted support vessels. Before the Navy could bring the submarines into Key West, though, they had to call on the Army Corps of Engineers to dredge the area out. The Florida Keys, even back since in the days of Ponce de Leon in the 1500s, was considered a deep water port of call at about 20 feet. Navy needed to be more like 35 to 40, so the Corps of Engineers came in, dredged the shipping channel leading into Key West and the harbor itself, ending up with so much dredge floods they piled on some shallow sandbars to create the islands that you see behind us. They also added over a mile to Key West itself. Now the Navy Mole, or Navy Pier, that protects the basin is our only active Navy pier. We don't have any naval ships calling Key West home anymore, but occasionally the Navy will bring in transit vessels for R&R and supplies. Allied war vessels use are allowed to use the area, as well as other divisions of the government. And the Navy is kind enough to let the cruise ship industry use the pier as well. Now off to our right-hand side, you can see islands for as far as you can possibly see. I think it's commonly thought that Key West is the end of the Florida keychain. Key West is the furthest island south, the end of U.S. Highway 1, the freshwater pipeline, and civilization, but it's not the end of the Keys. They extend another 68 nautical miles west and slightly north, where the true end is a group of islands known as the Dry Tortugas. You may have heard of the Dry Tortugas out there since one of our national monuments, Fort Jefferson. It's a massive red brick fort, started in construction prior to the Civil War, and oddly enough, as far south as it sits, held by the North, not the South during the Civil War. In later years, it was used as a military prison after it was retired, turned over to the National Park System, making it the most remote and least visited of all our national parks. Want to get an idea of how much land they added to Key West during the dredging days? Look back to our left-hand side, inland quite a ways. You'll see a white cylindrical building with a black rooftop. That's the Key West Lighthouse, which at one time sat only a half a block from the water's edge. So all the land in the foreground out to the tip of the island here is the land that was added to Key West during those dredging days. Now, if you don't have the time or money to get out to the Dry Tortugas, but like to see a fort of the same time period, you can do that pretty inexpensively right here in Key West. This one-level brick structure you see is the remains of Fort Zachary Taylor, part of our state park system. Every day, I believe at 12 o'clock, you can take a guided tour through the fort, take a self-guided tour at any time you please. And the fort itself is very interesting. It was manned during the Spanish-American War, both world wars, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and held by the North, not the South, during the Civil War. Much more to the park, though. If you want to do some swimming off of what's Key West's nicest swimming beach, it would be right here at Fort Zachary Taylor. When we cross the southwest tip of Key West, you'll get a real nice glimpse at the beach at Fort Zachary Taylor. There's picnic tables and grills set up. There is a small concession area. Restrooms and showers are also available. Also, once we cross the southwest tip of Key West, we'll be changing bodies of water. The Florida Keys separate the Gulf of Mexico, which is now all the water behind us, all the water you see out in front of us is the Atlantic Ocean. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Make sure you do scan the surface of the water. We have 300 bottlenose dolphin that call Key West waters their home. 5 of the 7 species of sea turtles that are in the area as well. We'll pick up a little bit of speed, make our way out there. Again, once we get closer to the reef line, I'll get on the PA system, talk to you about viewing procedures. Don't be shy. Any questions about anything above or below the water, feel free to ask away. At the concession area for now is our tour guide of the reef line. His name is Cody. You'll have Jenny working both levels, and my name is Brian.